Hello all, this is Mark and this is my walkthrough of the Holynix version 1 virtual machine from Hub. I've already downloaded it and imported it to VMware and it's up and running. I've set the network interface to host only and I've did the same on my Kali. Let's first figure out what is the IP of the vulnerable machine. For that, let's get my IP with efconfig and then do a ping scan on the network. Since the net mask is 255.255.255, the net it translates to 24. So I will scan the network ping scan. So -sp stands for ping scan, meaning that all IP address there will be a ping command sent, and where the host replies, then we know that there is a host there. In our case, okay, 1 and 254 is my host operating system, and 132 is this Kali machine. So the vulnerable machine is probably this one, 138. Let's run nmap with -a against that IP address. Meanwhile, I will show you my setup. I have Burp Suite, the free version, running, and Firefox is set to send all traffic through that proxy. It will be useful later on. Okay, on this machine, only port 80 is open. So let's run Nikto, which is a good idea whenever we find an open HTTP port. Okay, version. Oh, it says that there might be a local or remote file inclusion. We will check that later. Here are some directories which might be interesting, and pretty much that's it. Let's open the website in Firefox. Oh, there's home and login and index.php question mark page equals something, and it says that here might be a local or remote file inclusion, but the error message said that it cannot include 404.html, so apparently there is some sort of filtering on these files. So if I mistype it again the same. We should check other things found by Nikto. It has found some folders like home, image. No, it's actually empty. Login, misc. Yeah, that's probably what we can see there. Misc. It's again empty. Icons, that's probably default. Yeah, icons folder. Not too much interesting here. Okay. Yeah, the others are not very interesting for us right now. So let's try an SQL injection. I've just entered an apostrophe and another apostrophe here and there. And oh, SQL error. Select asterisk from accounts where username. Oh, here in the case of username, our apostrophe was escaped by a backslash, but in case of the password, it was not, and that's what caused the MySQL server to fail, as indicated here. But doing an SQL injection where you cannot really see it is a bit hard. So to make our life easier, let's inspect this element. And the reason we cannot see the characters typed in here is because the type is set to password. Fortunately, burp can do match and replace on any request or response. So let's add the new one. We want to replace something in the response body, since this website is sent to us from the server, so it's a response. And we want to change the type password as written here into type text. We can make words seeable, and pretty much that's it. If we've done it correctly and I refresh it, now we can see what's written here. Although be careful with these modifications, because it might break or change the site. But for now, it is very useful. So let's enter some username, and here say apostrophe or 1 equals 1 minus minus space minus, the usual SQL injection attack. And we have successfully logged in as Alamo. That's our home user. That's our user right now. Oh, we can see everyone else, order by whatever. Then we can see message board. And if we go through this one, it has some interesting information. James was complaining about that he cannot connect via SSH, and Linus Torvalds says that they have a port knocking service implemented, so the SSH port is closed until you send the specified payload into probably a UDP port. The software can be downloaded from here, and you should have, well, the users have received an email about how to set it up. And how to set it up? Well, you need to create a knock-knock directory in your home directory. This will be, well, this might be useful later on. And that's it. Let's move on to the next one, calendar. Yeah, it's again something which might contain useful information, though I didn't find it. Upload. Let's upload something. I have this very small PHP file called, no, actually it's not here anymore. So let's just create a small PHP file, echo, just as a test. 5 plus 13, and it test.php. Well, no, it's actually here twice. Yeah, the file was already here anyway. It won't hurt. It should be here. It's here. Okay, my bad. Enable the automatic extraction of gzip archives. Not yet. Upload. Home directory uploading is disabled for this user. That's rather unfortunate, because uploading files could help a lot. So let's try to log in as another user. Let's go back to the user page, and instead of this simple one, let's say that we want to get only one user, but not the first one from the results, but the second one. So limit 1, get only one user, and offset 1, skip the first one and get the second. Now we are at Nmap. We are logged in as at Nmap. And if we go to upload, browse, and test.php, upload, it has been uploaded. Now, in the previous user, the site was complaining about home upload is turned off or something like that. Well, in some systems, it is allowed for user to create a website and store it in their home folder, and usually it's accessible by the tilde and the username. So let's try it. We can see that the file was uploaded here successfully, but unknown, failed to open stream, permission denied, and yep. And here it says the ownership of the uploaded files have been changed accordingly. This might mean that, well, when we uploaded the file, it was for sure owned by www data, by this user, since that's the user in which name Apache runs. And if the ownership was changed accordingly, that probably means that now this file is owned by the Tenenbaum user, and probably that's the reason we don't have, well, www data doesn't have the right to open it or execute it. So as a first try, it did not work too well. We can also, of course, try other users. For example, using the exact same thing, just with offset 2. That will be someone else. And let's try the upload again. But the users I have tried had the exact same settings. So the upload was successful, but permission denied when accessing the uploaded files, which is rather unfortunate. Let's go to the last menu item, since we've already used the logout. Email, acceptable use, internet use, display file. Okay. But let's check what it's actually done here. Select, and it says that the email has this value. What if we try another file? And we are looking for local file inclusion vulnerability. So dot meaning the parent folder, a lot of those, and then etc passwd, and oh, we have found the local file inclusion vulnerability here. Let's kind of try to combine the upload and what we have seen here. So this upload seems to be interesting, especially because of this automatic extraction of files, because that might involve the execution of operating system commands, and there we can inject our own commands. It says page upload.php, so probably this is something like that. Okay. So let's change here. Well, no, let's keep this, the etc passwd here, and then change it here. Again, the value of email to upload.php and display file. Okay. Since the wait. Oh, of course. if we check the source, it is queried again, and that's the reason it's different. But we can see that PHP code was not executed, and parts of it can be seen here. Let's go to burp. And not this one. This one? Upload.php, yeah. Ooh. Content rest. Okay, so just a minute. It is here, yeah. From this to this. This is upload.php, but apparently this is only the upload form, and the action of this form is actually transfer.php. So that is the file which does most of the work. Let's use a useful feature of burp, which is the repeater. So send it to repeater, come here, and this is the request, this is the response. I just send it again, and this we have queried the upload.php, and instead of this one, let's query transfer.php. And here it comes. It starts here. And let's look for OS commands execution. It says exec here. Ho ho ho. Exec here, exec here. Oh ho ho. So let's try to inject our own commands here. It uses the target variable and the home dir. Home dir is /home/the logged in user. Yeah, we cannot change that easily. What is the target variable? Well, that's the upload dir, which is just upload slash, and the base name of underscore files uploaded name, which is the name of the uploaded file. Oh, but what does base name, the function base name, do? If we come back here, say that base name PHP, since it's probably a base name function, then the PHP manual says that it works on strings and it will give you back the file name. And for example, /etc/sudoers.d, well, it's used in this way. It will give back the file name, and etc passwd, etc, etc. So it seems to be that if there is a slash inside the string, it will return what's after that, and if it's in the end, it will drop that and return what's between the last two slashes is. Okay, so apart from slashes, we can just rename the uploaded file to our liking, and then that way we can manipulate the target variable. That's great. But in order to make these two commands execute, well, of course, we can just use this one. Since if command is 1, these will execute, else this will. So, okay. Let's go to the, well, we have already uploaded some stuff. In this case, yes. Send it to the repeater with Ctrl R. And yes, test.php was uploaded. And here, this is the file name which will appear here, and then it will be in the target. But can execute multiple commands? Okay, PHP exec multiple commands. And it says that yes, either with a semicolon or with two ampersands, or yeah, it says semicolon. So what we can do is to name our file test.php semicolon and then something touch abc.php and another semicolon because stuff might be added to the end of the file. Yeah. So yeah, here -c and here home director. So it's better to have two semicolons. And now if we send this one to laco-bug.test file, semicolon touch abc.php semicolon has been uploaded, but it doesn't really matter as long as touch abc.php was executed. So let's try that. If it was executed, then this file should exist, and this does exist. So it seems to be that we could inject commands. Moving forward, the best thing would be to somehow upload a PHP reverse shell. For that, first, let's prepare our reverse shell. I'm using the usual PHP PHP reverse shell from Pentester Monkey. And I'll just change the IP here. Okay, I saved it. 1234 is the port. Just for sure. Okay, so here is the reverse shell. And we want to upload it somehow, but we cannot use slashes. A way to do it, what I have found, is to host a web server and make it download from us with wget. And to do that, I will copy this reverse shell into index.html, and then I will start simple HTTP server on port 80 to avoid entering port numbers. And now, if we come back here and or enter the command wget, and this IP, it was probably successful, yes. Slash was queried from us, which is index.php, which is the copy of PHP reverse shell. And now, as a second command, we will move index.html into rev.php, as stands for reverse shell. And hopefully, well, if this was successful, then we say rev.php and it's connecting. And down here, we have received our reverse shell. Let's stop the web server and focus here. Yes. And we have a shell as www.data. One interesting thing we might have skipped here is that exec sudo. So www.data has the rights to run some commands as sudo, tear and move for sure, and maybe some others. To do that, to list these commands, we can say that sudo -l for list, and it says that, okay, this user can run these commands. Okay, as with sudo as root. So there are multiple options here, and the one I found useful is to let's overwrite one of these with bash /bin/bash, and then we just need to call it with sudo and we're gonna be root. To do that, first I will create a copy of bin bash into tmp/bash because I don't want to move the original bash. Then I will say sudo move bin, and I choose this change group and just move it to change group old, and now move the tmp bash into bin change group. And the reason I can do it because move is here and I can run it with sudo as root without entering my password. And now if I say that, then okay, let's call this one, it has executed. No, I don't want to call it like this. I want to call it with sudo. And since it's named like this, I can call it as root with sudo. But since it was replaced with bash, it is a root shell for me. I can query the shadow file and do all the stuff. And that's pretty much it. There are multiple ways to attack this machine, even from this point. If you can run these commands as sudo, you have a lot of options to do. And I encourage you to find other ways, and also on the website there are possibly a lot of other ways to crack this machine. But this is my solution, and thank you for listening and watching.